I want you to imagine a block of ice sitting on a table. That ice represents your life savings, your hard work, your time. Now, imagine the government turns up the heat in the room. Slowly at first, then all at once. The ice doesn't disappear instantly, it just shrinks. It melts. This is exactly what is happening to the US dollar right now. You feel it when you buy groceries. You feel it when you fill your gas tank. They call it inflation. But that is a lie. Inflation implies a natural expansion. What we are witnessing is debasement. It is the mathematical destruction of your purchasing power to pay for debts that can never be repaid. The dollar is dying, and when it finally flatlines, it will wipe out the middle class overnight. To understand the collapse, you must understand the scam. The US dollar is a fiat currency. It is not backed by gold. It is not backed by silver. It is backed by faith. Since 1971, the Federal Reserve has had the power to print infinite money, and they have used it. In the last few years alone, they printed more dollars than in the previous 2 centuries combined. Think about that. If you printed $1 trillion in your basement, you would go to jail for counterfeiting. Why? Because you are stealing value from everyone else holding dollars. But when the government does it, they call it quantitative easing. It is a Ponzi scheme. They are paying off old credit cards with new credit cards, and the interest bill is coming due. Let's look at the debt clock. $34 trillion. It is a number so large the human brain cannot comprehend it. To pay this off, every single taxpayer in America would have to write a check for hundreds of thousands of dollars tomorrow. That is mathematically impossible. So, what are the options? Option A, default. The US government tells the world, we aren't paying. This would trigger a global depression instantly. Option B, print the money. They simply print the $34 trillion to pay the debt. They will choose option B. They always choose option B. But here's the catch. When you print that much money, the dollar in your pocket becomes worthless. For 50 years, the US dollar was the king because of the Petrodollar system. If you wanted to buy oil anywhere in the world, you had to use US dollars. This created artificial demand for our currency. But the king is dead. Saudi Arabia is now trading oil in Chinese yuan. The BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, are building a new financial system backed by gold to bypass the dollar entirely. They are dumping US Treasuries. They are hoarding gold at record rates. Why? Because they know the ship is sinking. They are getting on the lifeboats while the American public is still rearranging the deck chairs. You might think, this can't happen here. This is America. Ask the people of Rome. Ask the Weimar Republic. Ask Venezuela. Every single fiat currency in history has eventually returned to its intrinsic value. Zero. It happens slowly and then suddenly. First, prices rise 5%, then 10%. Then, faith breaks. People rush to trade their paper money for anything tangible: food, ammo, gold, land. In that moment, the currency collapses. The savings you spent 40 years accumulating will not buy you a week's worth of groceries. This is not fear-mongering. This is history repeating itself. The government has a plan for this. It is called the Central Bank Digital Currency, CBDC. When the dollar collapses, they will offer you a savior, a new digital token that they control completely. Do not wait for that day. The time to prepare is not when the house is on fire. It is now. Real assets: gold, silver, Bitcoin, land. The dollar is dying, but your wealth doesn't have to die with it. Convert the melting ice into steel. Welcome to the Fortune Codex.